everybody, it's Kayla. It's Friday and it's my day on the Real DVD Watchers. Hope everybody had a good holiday yesterday who celebrates Thanksgiving, and for all of you that don't, I hope you had a good Thursday. So this week I chose a movie that was written by Quentin Tarantino, and it has a lot of people in it and it has a lot of great performances and dialogue, and very memorable movie to me, and that movie is True Romance. Although this movie was written by Quentin Tarantino, it wasn't directed by Quentin. It was directed by Tony Scott, and I think this is one of very few movies that Quentin wrote and didn't direct. So don't go into the movie expecting it to be Quentin Tarantino style directing, because it's not. It's a Tony Scott film, but it is, the dialogue is Quentin's. And only Quentin Tarantino can depict a true romance as violent and sex, drugs, and violence and rock and roll. That's basically what true romance is, I guess, right? True Romance is the story of Clarence and Alabama, and it's an epic love story about a call girl and the man that she falls in love with, and their misfortune and their fortune and their life, and it's amazing. It has a lot of people in it. Clarence is played by Christian Slater, and Alabama is played by Miss Patricia Arquette, and they're the stars. But then it also has Dennis Hopper and Val Kilmer and Brad Pitt and Christopher Walken and Gary Oldman. It just has a whole bunch of supporting players that are just so good that if they weren't in it, the movie wouldn't have been the same. The chemistry between Patricia Arquette and Christian Slater is unbelievable, and you automatically believe that they could fall in love in the short span of time that they did. They fell in love after one night, and that's very kind of unbelievable to think. But the chemistry and just the way they play off each other, you automatically accept that they've fallen in love in 24 hours, and it's just not questioned. I think the best performance in this movie is Dennis Hopper. He plays Christian Slater's dad, and he has a scene with Christopher Walken that is beyond belief. Seriously, if you've seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. That whole part was awful. And by awful, I mean awesome. Just intense and heartbreaking and funny and jarring, and it's the most amazing scene in the entire film, and every time I think about it I get chills. Brad Pitt is another good aspect of this movie. He plays a stoner, and he's in it for a grand total of like 5 minutes, but he's very memorable. And Val Kilmer plays Elvis, because Christian Slater's character Clarence is a big Elvis fan, and Elvis is almost like his conscience, and Val Kilmer plays Elvis, and he speaks to Clarence and tells him what he thinks and what he thinks is right and wrong, and it's very entertaining. You never see his face, you just see his body walking back and forth, and he's in very much an Elvis attire, and he's speaking as Elvis. I like you, Clarence. I always have. I always will. The last standout performance is Gary Oldman, who plays a pimp. He is Patricia Arquette's pimp, a white man who thinks he's black, which sounds funny, but then he's a very scary man, and he's just very good. He isn't in it for very long either, but it's like all of the characters that are in this movie, whether they're in it for 5 minutes or the whole movie, have a huge impact on you, and it's unbelievable. So yeah, that's the movie. I think that if you've already seen it, you should leave a comment, tell me what you thought, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out, because it's totally worth it. It's amazing. Well, I hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend, and I will see you next Friday here on the Real DVD Watchers. Peace out.